Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm going to be giving you part 38 of What If Naruto got his memory sealed away. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto was the greatest puppeteer, and enjoy that guys over on Anime King. And I post a new episode of What If Naruto was taken and fused with Zetsu on this channel, so go ahead and enjoy that guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time hearing my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Animaking and Animaking too, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Animaking family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, this will begin this new episode. Begin the intro. So, the last time we left off, Naruto and Yujito arrived with a Zetsu intact. As they brought him back to the camp as Naruto finally saw Jiraiya. The both of them spoke as Jiraiya told him about the trouble he's been having with the forest. The reason why he can't get through there, the ninjas are hiding. They know the terrain much better. But after Naruto analyzed and started to come up with theories with Jiraiya, they realized, well, Naruto already knew because of Root. He knew about the underground tunnel and there was a lot of them. So it wouldn't be hard to find out that there was an underground tunnel in there as well. As Jiraiya went off of that theory. With that, Naruto went to the showers as he went to get them cleaned up because he was a mess after the battle. As Yujito was in there, she didn't mind him entering, as the both of them had a wonderful time before he took her home because she was unable to walk after he was done. So with that, Naruto and Yujito left off, leaving Jiraiya as they started the attack. Jiraiya was able to create the swamp of the underworld as he disrupted the tunnels underground, surprising the ninjas that they found out about it. As Naruto and Yujito was going on, they were stopped by an army of white Zetsus, and not to mention the masked man. He's been going around selling the white Zetsus to smaller nations for a fee, of course. And the Zetsus have been used, well for the nation, seeing that these are just creatures who could also take the chakra of people and absorb it, and turn into a perfect copy of them, even mimicking their chakra as well. Yujito really wondered who this guy was. As Naruto faced off against him, but he kept on fusing. Every single attack that Naruto sent towards him, he fused right through them. When Naruto get mad and destroy all of the white Zetsus around, he decided to retreat. As Naruto told him that he's not working for any purpose, that really pissed him off. At least, Pain had this delusion that he was working to some sort of peace, but he's not a good guy, so he must stop trying to justify his means, just say he's a bad guy. He told Naruto that he knew nothing at all, and that soon enough, he won't be able to talk because he will capture him. And it doesn't matter what he do, he will be captured. He also told Yujito about Naruto Ai, just to spoil something about Naruto as he left. As Naruto and Yujito made their way towards Kumo, as the Raikage insists that he send back a company with Naruto, after hearing that all of the small garrisons out there are being destroyed and white Zetsus are overrunning them. Even though Naruto could protect himself, he still insists. Meanwhile, Tsunade has gotten a report as Taki wanted to, stop this with Konoha. The Root ninjas went in there and completely decimated Taki forces and also killed the leader Shibuki, and they take the hero's water. Know that Taki is completely out of the race. They want to try and form a treaty between them. As the number of smaller nations are dwindling, the great nations are quickly overpowering all of them. So yeah guys, it was basically that's where we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So this will be in this new episode. We begin this now underground base where Kabuto was walking through the halls. He had a sick twisted smile on his face. I think I should give this a final test run before I begin my true plans, he said. As he entered a block of the base that contained prisoners who were sedated. As he could do whatever he pleased. It was a good thing too because the vast majority of these prisoners had been Konoha ninja who would try to fight him back. They had been snatched off the front line, going to their garrison or their bases. After all, he was happy that this was going so well because he needed a lot of bodies for his experiments. In the middle of the floor sat a completely immobile Konoha ninja, showing that he had been recently captured, as he was scrapes and bruises all over him, as a large ceiling array was underneath him. As Kabuto went through hand sign, "Edo Tensei," he said. Ash started to cover the ninja's body. Awareness then kicked in. As he realized he was being covered by this ash, he started to scream. But it couldn't be stopped, as his life was taken away from him, bringing someone else back to the realm of the living. Kabuto simply chuckled to himself, as he allowed the newly Edo Tensei to settle down. He walked forward as he placed the talisman in his head. He felt like something, a score has been settled, as life started to get pumped into the person, no longer looking grey and cracked. "What am I, Kabuto?" the person said. "Stand up," said Kabuto. The soul quickly stood up, as Kabuto smirked. "You should have killed me. You thought I was too pathetic to waste your effort on when you ended Orochimaru-sama life. And to think, with all that effort you put out to kill him, you still were under the control of someone beneath you." Standing in front of Kabuto, that hateful glare in his face, but despite the fact he could do nothing, was none other than Sasuke Uchiha. "You bottom feeder," he said in anger as his Sharingan activated. "Oh, and your Sharingan is still in perfect condition. That is just perfect for what I plan on doing with this jutsu. Now I believe some curious folks are on their way from your home to find out what happened to their comrades that I captured. Greet them accordingly, would you?" Meanwhile, Naruto was in a ship, as Ace has given him the transport to get back. His legs were currently folded as the sun ray was shining down on his body, as he held up his blade that he has been using for over 2 years. He had still yet to crack all the secrets of the sealing array that was inscribed on it. Even Himako had trouble cracking it. He knew some things, like how it was created under Hoshirama orders to a gift to Uzo, and he could somehow use Yin and Yang chakra, having Madara Uchiha chakra sealed within it. It could even cut into time and space, but Naruto had no idea how to do that yet. "Okay, Kyube. So, what did you figure out about the sword?" "Your sword cut time and space when you channel chakra into it. You just cannot see the tears. You've been trying to find out how to jump through the tears, but that is impossible. It closed far too quickly. Even if you were able to see them, you'll be unable to get through them. You aren't fast enough." "I was thinking more of the line of you telling me something that could help me, not something I already know about, and you insulting me. I know you get your kicks off of those kind of things, but save that for your downtime, okay?" "You don't take downtime," said the Kyube. "Now, shut your lips and listen. Instead on focusing on what you can't see, focus on that eye of yours when you swing your blade." He saw distortion in the air. "Now, what did you see when that Madara impersonator used that jutsu for space and time," said the Kyube. "You saw it when you passed through his body as well, because you saw it in slow motion and you got the eye full. The ear warped, like when I spin the sword, just bigger because it's a human body. Wait, are you telling me?" "Finally you get it," said the Kyube. A smile came on Naruto's face. "He screwed your family by making them sacrifice themselves for the village. He screwed you the day you were born. He messed up your entire life. Most importantly, he manipulated me. So the next time you find that bastard, you make sure you kill him painfully. I'm sure getting cut to threads with this blade is going to be painful enough." A distance away, Karen snapped her head. They were on the sea as well. She sensed a chakra that made her get rather angry, thinking about her beloved Sasuke. Uzumaki. She quickly stomped towards Gotoru, the man that was sailing the ship. He was the one, him and his crew, that the masked man had got for them, so they could sail in the waters and destroy all the boats and kill all the people before they could pass here. "Go that way, right now," she said. "That is not even the direction of Kiri, woman," he said. "You want to break the blockade?" "I don't care," she said. While Madara had given them the opportunity and granted this to get with the blade, she cared nothing for that in the end. All she wanted to do was kill Uzumaki for what he did. "Do it," she shouted. Gotoru was a step away from backhanding this bitch right in front of him. She has been so arrogant and miserable the entire time. But every time that he thought about it, there was always this inconvenient. As the inconvenient and step up, "Is there a problem?" Getsu asked. "What's up, Gadoru?" asked Getsu from behind Gadoru. "Nothing," said Gadoru. The girl just wants us to break and go towards the northwest. So let's go. Why do you give a crap about this blockade? You're pirates and you already get paid by that masked douche. So it doesn't matter what you do. He will kill us, said Gadoru. As you remember when Madara appeared, and he killed a lot of them when they tried to go up against his orders. Suigetsu put his finger to Gadoru's head in a form of a gun. I'll kill you too. I'll just enjoy it better. He turned his gaze towards Karin. What do you got? She narrowed her eyes. Do you feel like killing Naruto now? I'm sick of waiting. Madara is never gonna let us go after him. He's doing this to get us out of the way. An opponent that was strong. And he was the one that messed with your first dynamic. Well still, Suigetsu smirked. I'm sure Jugo is getting sick of staying on his tub. Let's roll, he said. Besides, he didn't listen to that jackass in the mask anyway. He only went along with the Getsamehata. And now he had 3 of the 7 blades. What did they care if Kira managed to reach the mainland? And why the hell did Madara care anyway? Suigetsu just wanted to find the rest of the 7 swords. Now, do as she said, he said to Gadoru. The man simply nodded as he turned around. Time skip. What's up, Mr. 9? Oh, what's up, B? Said Naruto. Wait, what the hell? Killer B couldn't leave Kumo. He was a village guardian. Not to mention a Jinchuriki. Why are you here, Naruto asks, trying his hardest to keep things straight and not to freak out. As the other Kumo shinobis look shocked as well. Oh, my big bro is harshing my vibes, so I figure vacation time, said B. What better way to spend a vacation than chilling with my homie from another nation? B, you know there's a war going on right now, right? B, go home. B ignored Naruto as he walked around the ship. Hell no. When I go home, A is gonna have my head. I might as well have fun before I end up dead. Naruto sighed. This was gonna be a long ass ship ride. A minute later, Naruto brain was racking. The middle of the goddamn ocean. And B was here with him. How did he even know that he was in Kumo? Or let alone taking a ship out? The strongest warrior, the strongest Jinchuriki in Kumo managed to sneak away. B, why are you following me home, said Naruto. Your brother. He's gonna kill everyone on his ship for letting this happen. Even kill Naruto. And after all of that time trying to get in the good ranks with the man. He didn't want to get a lariat. A, ain't gonna do a thing, said B. As he waved off Naruto concern. He would get his face crushed in an iron claw for punishment. And after a bit of chewing out, it will be all over and it will be good again. And you'll probably destroy his office and get it rebuilt. Yeah, that would be the worst of that. Nothing more. Even the sailors look, well, kind of nervous. Because they were Kuma ninjas after all. And they were involved in B leaving the village. Well, they weren't involved, but A was just going to be too angry and not rational at the moment. Naruto sighed. I want to kick you over the side and make you swim home. But damn it, that would just start a fight, said Naruto. Oh come on kid, you know this trip is going to be a thriller. You're sharing a ride with the killer that is. Killer B. Yeah, he said as he raised his hand up in the air. I'd rather share a trip ride with Yujito. Naruto thought to himself. Now what do you say help me write some new lyrics, said B. As he placed an iron grip around Naruto's shoulder. God damn it, that was all that Naruto could say. Meanwhile, with Team 8 and Jiraiya, as they were making their way, some of their troops had been going missing as a group wasn't able to bring it back. They were going to try and find out where the Alliance was meeting up to stop their troops. As Akamaru then barked, Akamaru said that he smelled ash and graveyard dirt coming fast. What? Asked Jiraiya. It's getting faster and it's strong too. How many? Asked Jiraiya, wondering if this was a technique of the enemy or something. It's only one. Hinata, said Jiraiya. She activated her Byakugan. What she saw shocked the hell out of her. Something that should be impossible. How? I thought he was supposed to be dead. Who? Said Jiraiya. She heard about the report. And Sasuke was killed. And she knew Naruto would not make a mistake like that. If he said that he killed Sasuke, he did. It's Sasuke Uchiha. Everyone stop hearing that. Are you kidding me? How is that possible, said Kiba. As he knew that Naruto would lie about something like this. Naruto's a straight shooter and he'd never directly lie about something like that. I don't know. But it's him, Sasuke Uchiha. It's unmistakable. No hinge. It is truly him. As she turned, Jiraiya-sama. What should we do? How should we attack him, she asked. Jiraiya was confused. None of this seemed straight. This didn't seem right at all. The last time he ended up losing an arm for his stubbornness. If this is what you think it is. Kiba, can you and Akamaru still smell your friend that you're tracking? Yes, we still have his trail. Then go after it, said Jiraiya as he stopped on a branch. As Team 8 stopped and looked towards him. Don't get over your heads. If you find the place, don't go any farther until I catch up. The way he was speaking sounded like catching up was the last thing he was thinking of. As Shino caught onto that. What are we to do if you don't catch up? How are we to know? You will know if I'm not going to catch up. Trust me, Jiraiya said. Now, get going, he said. In a demanding, commanding tone. Without any hesitation, they went off. As Jiraiya turned, I haven't happened to deal with a Uchiha in a very long time. Not to mention, an undead one. This will be the first, he said. As his finger and his one remaining arm twitched. In the next moment, the form of Sasuke Uchiha stopped on the branch in front of him, staring him down. God, the kid was so young. He was older than Naruto was. Jiraiya, I presume, said Sasuke. I didn't think that I would end up fighting another Sanin in my lifetime. That was right, he was the one that killed Orochimaru. Well, technically, you're not fighting a Sanin in your lifetime, because, you're dead. Speaking of which, how are you reanimated? I've seen Jutsu did this with corpses before, but most ways, they don't let you keep your personality. The Edo Tensei, Jiraiya eyes widened in shock. That was the jutsu that Orochimaru used to face off against the third Hokage by using the first and the second. But you killed Orochimaru. I didn't kill Kabuto though. Apparently, he learned it. Damn it, Jiraiya thought. Sasuke but then shoot forward, suppressing Jiraiya. But he was still ready, as he pulled on his blade, as Jiraiya dodged for a strike. Yes, it seems that Orochimaru did definitely train this one. Its movements had a touch of the snake Sanin to them. As Jiraiya hardened his hair fire out like senbons as they destroyed the tree branches all around. As Sasuke was gone, looks like it my turn. Shidori Senbon, he said, as thousands of senbon needles made from Shidori rushed towards Jiraiya, destroying the ground, making him flip and jump away. As Jiraiya formed a snake seal before he dropped, Earth style groove of earth as he slammed his foot on the ground. Sasuke quickly flashed away from the attack, not getting caught up in it, as Jiraiya created two clones that started to gather oil in their mouth. And Sasuke was now in mid-air. Fire release, flame bullet, as the clones fire out the oil, mixing with Jiraiya fire to make that giant inferno. The real Jiraiya had to jump away as the entire forest was incinerated at a point with the oil being so thick and burning everything. It shouldn't be surprising that someone like you did that with only one arm. You can never count out a legendary ninja, no matter what, I guess. As Jiraiya watched, Sasuke simply emerged on the fire. Ash and dust, his body regenerating. Even his clothing got restored by the Edo Tensei. So this is what Sarutobi Sensei had to face. And instead of a single ninja, he took on the first and second. The old man was truly incredible to do that. But I can't see this kid away here, like what Sensei did. He was the head of an entire division of shinobi. He couldn't afford to lose this battle. At Konoha, the war was going well. It was working in their favor, but Tsunade didn't know why, but there was a frown on her lips. And it just couldn't come off no matter what. She felt uneasy, she felt nervous. A knock came at her door. A thankful interruption from all of this. Come in, she said, as the door cracked open as a white tear came in. Before, Tsunade saw the pleasant smile. Tsunade-sama, how is the war going? Himako said, the warm smile. It goes and goes and goes, said Tsunade aloofly, as anything changed with the village defenses, as she was integrating what she could from Uzu defenses into Konoha program. Or do you need me to sign off on something? No, nothing like that, said Himako. I'm just going around checking up on people I know, people away from the front, in the village here and all that. An active body keep the mind from wandering after all. She finished with a bit of a nervous laugh. Worried about the brat, huh? Trust me, I know the feeling of just sitting back and waiting. I guess. I know Naruto-sama can take care of himself, and we already received word that he's on his way home. But I never like it when he leave, and this whole war just make everything worse. He was one of the targets of the enemy after all. There were 4 of them only, Yujito, Killer Bee, Naruto, and Gaara. Is there something matter? Asked Himako. No, there's nothing going on, nothing wrong. And that was what was worrying Tsunade. She felt like everything was being calm and then a bomb was suddenly going to drop. This was officially the greatest start to a world war that Konoha has ever managed. And she just wondered what the hell is about to go wrong. Meanwhile, one ship isn't very scary, even if we are ferry, said Killer Bee. Stop rhyming, said Naruto as the both of them were looking out. There was a single ship out there. Just there, not moving. But maybe B was right, Naruto thought. Maybe after seeing who was on the ship and that it belonged to Kira, they backed off. After all, pirates weren't that dumb. Well, they were way smarter than what people gave them credit for. There's one leaving the ship. Just one? On a lifeboat or something. Were they in trouble or something? As Naruto then squinted his eyes, he realized the one person was not in a boat. He was walking on water. This was a pirate ship, but that was a ninja. As Naruto noticed a sword in his back, but Maki and Sai stole that from that white-haired guy and gave it back to Kirin. So how did this guy have it, this ninja, that was coming from a pirate ship? Alright, Shigetsu said, distance away. Let's get this show on the road. Karen told him that the Uzumaki was on that ship, and there was another Biju aunt as well, due to the amount of chocolate she could feel. A grin came on his face as he sealed the giant sword on his back, on his person, as he pulled out the sword he got from Kojiro, out of its seal. That kid had no idea how to really use his blade. The large, twin-handed sword, with the funky, fish blade, just felt right in his hand. Hiramakiri, unleashing his head. In the blink of an eye, chakra flooded the blade and absorbed the water, making the thing grow. The sword grew as large as the ship, as Shigetsu held it over his head and brought it down towards the ship. Boom! He smashed right into it. He chuckled as he brought the blade back to its normal shape down. He had hit it so hard it must be underwater right now. But much to his displeasure, the thing came back out of the water. How the hell did they reinforce it so much? Shigetsu, look out below! Upon hearing that he had to allow his body to liquefy, avoiding 8 octopus tentacles that smashed right into him. Not too long after that, Killer Bee emerged. What the hell? Shigetsu reformed a good distance away. You, huh? What? Did Uzumaki drown? Because he's the one we really want to kill here. We don't really give a crap about fighting you, unless you want to fight. So you came here to fight with Mr. 9? Be my guest, that would be just fine. If he's the one you want, go on and move past. But don't start crying when you whoop your ass. Awesome, Shigetsu said, grinning. So where's he hiding? He's not hiding, fool. So what the hell's he doing? Shigetsu's eyes went wide as he fused himself back with the water. Jugo, Gataru, get ready to defend the ship. Gataru quickly pulled his cutlass from the sheet. As a blur flight passed over, dozens of his men fell within seconds, dead. Stop getting slaughtered, you weaklings. It's only one ninja. Naruto spun towards Gataru as Gataru blocked Naruto with his large blade. Uzumaki-san, I presume. Instead of answering, Naruto smashed his head right into Gataru's nose, breaking it, before smashing a Rasengan into his gut that sent him sailing away. Yeah, that's me. Shigetsu appeared in a blur as he swung his blade towards Naruto. Naruto dodged 3 strikes from him. As he turned and looked at Shigetsu, I've been waiting for this ever since your flunkies stole my blade from me. I can't find them, but unfortunately for you, Karen can pick out your chakra signature from 2 countries away. This guy was from the team that Sasuke had put together. Jugo launched himself towards Naruto, his fist ready to pulverize Naruto into nothingness. Naruto simply slid on the attack, under Shigetsu as well as he sliced Shigetsu's legs right off. As Shigetsu's leg turned to water, where they quickly reformed. Naruto had to roll as Shigetsu smashed on top of the ship, splitting a large crack to the edge. He's fast, though if he kills Sasuke, he had to be pretty quick. He then looked over. Oh, what do we have here? You have a Sharingan. Where did you get that? Had it before I fought your boss, Naruto said cryptically. They didn't need to know where he get it, as long as they didn't jump to the conclusion that they took it from Sasuke's body. Misinformation like that wasn't very good. Your turn. Where did you get the sword from? I thought I took the one you had. Well, I took this one off of the last user, who had the one that you took away from me as well. He thought he was a good swordsman with both of them, but I proved him wrong. That little kid. Blue hair, teeth, shaped like mine. I guess Kira need to pick better swordsman, said Shigetsu. Like you, said Naruto. A little late for that, I think. Jugo had lost it as he leaned forward towards Naruto to attack him. Suddenly, the boat was rocked as Jugo didn't send Chakra to his feet as he was slipped. 1-on-1, bitch, said Killer B. Naruto smirked as he kicked Jugo straight off the boat and sent him sailing straight into the water. At least, Killer B wanted Naruto to have his 1-on-1 battle with him. He wouldn't let anyone else intervene. So you have your sword. As much as it pissed me off that, after all we did you got it back, but tell me, why do you want to kill me? He couldn't remember doing anything to this guy, so he wondered what was up. The answer did not come from Shigetsu, it was from a girl with red hair that was at the edge of the ship. It's because of what you did. Because of who you killed. The girl shouted, glaring at him. Did you think you just killed Sasuke and nothing will happen afterwards? She seemed to be far angrier than him. As Naruto looked at Shigetsu just wanted to fight. Because he was bloodlusted and wanted to test himself. Naruto could see that, but this girl, she was probably shaken by Sasuke's death and wanted him to die as well. As he knew that look in her eyes, hate. The kind of hate that he hasn't seen in over 10 years now. The hatred from loss, and you need to find something to blame that hate on. That's why she wants you dead, said Shigetsu. I want you dead because I want to test my blades against the guy who took down Sasuke, he said, with a smirk. Shigetsu just didn't want to possess all the swords. He wanted to be the most powerful swordsman in the world. And that means testing his strength a lot. Stop chatting and make him suffer already, Shigetsu, Karen shouted. Shigetsu rolled his eyes. But the reason why Karen was saying that, she could sense chakra better than probably anyone in this world. And what she was feeling from Naruto was something strange. She didn't exactly know what it was. You see, she is, well, impatient. But she can't really fight. If she could fight, she would probably be over here, clawing her eyes out right now. Naruto sheathed his blade as he went through hand sign. Lightning release. Surge flash. Shigetsu's eyes went wide and narrowed as he used the blade in front of him to create a wall that negated Naruto's lightning chakra through a small hole in front that he created, and he saw Naruto dash to the side. As Shigetsu lashed out, making a wave of water, smashed towards Naruto, who flipped over it as he dived towards Shigetsu. The both of their blades clashed as Shigetsu smirked. He drew his other blade, enlarged his arm as he swung it straight towards Naruto's head. Naruto ducked under a swipe. Shigetsu then brought it down as Naruto went flat. Shigetsu smashed his blade against Naruto, forcing him down. Naruto used his wind burst and blew wind from his feet as he blew straight up, flipping over Shigetsu. As he flipped, bursting off the air, landing behind Shigetsu. Shigetsu smirked as he blocked Naruto's strike once again. He then swung around his other blade as he brought it down like a hammer, making Naruto jump away and destroy the front part of the ship. Naruto appeared behind him and drive his blade through him. He's fast, Shigetsu thought. But Shigetsu smirked. Sorry, but you can't injure me like. Shigetsu started to scream as lightning started to course through his body from where he had been stabbed. As Naruto released the blade. Sorry, only people with my bloodline can hold on to my blade. Thus, with me not holding it, they think you're trying to wield it. As Shigetsu was being electrocuted. As Naruto felt a strange void. Something that told him to move as he jumped to the right. As Karen tried to slash at his arm. He looked towards her. She couldn't fight. How did she get here so fast? And why didn't he feel her? Around her, he couldn't feel any sense of a life signature. When she first revealed herself, she had one of the most prominent aura on the ship. But she was able to hide it all, even her killing intent. If she was a bit more faster, she might have gotten him. It was probably because of her sensory abilities. Perhaps she could use it in hiding ways as well. She must really want him dead, if she came to attack herself. But that was stupid of her as Naruto pulled his sword from Shigetsu. The moment Karen passed him, she realized she was probably dead. She only had one chance to hit him, but she barely grazed his arm. As she felt him right behind her. She couldn't move, she wasn't fast enough. Naruto struck her right in the back, slashing from her shoulder going straight down. She dropped to the ground. But Naruto's eyes narrowed. There wasn't any blood. What the hell? Even Karen was surprised as she got up. She didn't feel any pain, nothing. Well, isn't this surprising, said the Kyuubi. There's only two other people that can't touch his blade without suffering the consequences. And you know why is that? Yeah, Tsunade Bachan and Himako. But they're... As the Kyuubi chuckled. Then, do you understand now? Even though that Hokage of yours is a distant relative, she was still able to touch your weapon. So this girl is. As Naruto understand, so his blade will not harm a member of the Uzumaki clan. So she's a descendant as well. The Kyuubi started to laugh. Who are you? Said Naruto. She's probably your cousin, or don't you listen, idiot. Shut up, said Naruto. I want to hear it from her. Karen. She said. What? You like getting names with the face that you kill? Naruto didn't really care how she spoke to him because he knew that she wanted to kill him anyways. What's your surname? Your clan's name? I don't have one. Yeah, you do. It's Uzumaki, Naruto said. Huh. Your jokes suck, she said. My jokes rule, but this isn't a joke. My sword cannot cut you. That means you're family. That threw Karen off, as she could sense his chakra. And he was telling the truth. No fluctuation of his chakra at all. That doesn't mean anything to me. I'm still killing you. I didn't think it would, Naruto said. Still, he informed her if she still wants to fight him, it's her option. High sea swell! The both of them activate chakra on their feet as the ship started to shake. As Karen was smirking, as Naruto looked up at the titanic form of Shigetsu, who was holding up the ship. Thanks, said Naruto, after receiving a boost of nature engine from the Kyuubi. As Naruto then jumped off the ship. Wait, this guy's made out of water, why am I going to the water, he thought. Well, you do have your stupid moments, said Kurama. As Shigetsu placed back down the ship in the water. You don't get it, do you? With my ability, I am the ocean, he said. As Naruto knew about his clan, that is why it was so hard in the last war for them to face off against Kirin, seeing that the leader was a Hoshi as well. He was from the same clan. So they couldn't face him in water, nowhere near water, they had to fight him on dry land, and even in that, he still ended up killing the second Tsuchikage. The both of them battle came to a stalemate, the both of them died. Killer Bee had to stop what he was doing when he saw Shigetsu got large, as he had knocked Jugo away after Naruto kicked him into the water, but Shigetsu was large. He wasn't as close as being a Biju, but Bee wondered if he should bust out his transformation. No, Bee, that has to be said. The technique is imposing, but didn't you want to watch a boy fight his own battle? Isn't that why you didn't defeat the enemy after protecting our ship, said Hatsubi. That was true. A had seen Naruto fight against an Akatsuki member. Yujito saw him fight a bunch of time, and B never saw him fight. He had heard so many things, so he wanted to see exactly what Naruto can do. Alright, Mr. 9, I'll let you fly. As he had to move away from Jugo attacking him. Chill out, alright? Can't you see I'm watching a fight? You can fly, said Shigetsu. That's so lame. I had all kind of fun stuff to tear you apart once you step on the water. You don't look like you're that broken up, said Naruto. As he was high above the water using his burst limit ability. As Naruto could swear that Shigetsu was getting even bigger. What the hell kind of jutsu was this? As Shigetsu held on to the Hiro Makusho that was the same size as him. You're not going to be able to stop me now, Shigetsu said. I wish that I had all of the swords, but with this ability and the swords I have now, there is no way you can win. If he could just get Naruto into the water, Naruto would be done for. Naruto unsealed two Fuma shurikens as he threw them towards Shigetsu. They passed by his head around him. Lightning shuriken, said Naruto after going through hand signs. Due to the size of the shuriken and the potency of Naruto already in sage mode, it looked like thunder was coming down from the sky. And with Shigetsu so large, there was no way he could miss. But Naruto was shocked when the lightning struck Shigetsu's body and there was no effect. Shigetsu's body coursed with electricity for a while before it subsided as he chuckled. After I saw what you did earlier, you really think I'll let you do it again? I've got your number and I'm not taking any more chance against your ninjutsu specialist. I'm going all out. I'm taking the legend of the 7 Ninja Swordsman to the next level. As he swung the large blade towards Naruto's head, Naruto moved back as his thing hit the water, as water was sent sailing everywhere. No more chakra attacks, electric or not, it doesn't matter right now. He literally absorbed your lightning. I felt it, said the Kyuubi. Figure out what he's doing. Okay, said Naruto, as he wondered how did Shigetsu absorb his attack. What was he using? Meanwhile, at Mountain Graveyard, Tobi was furious, as Naruto had that blade that could slice dimension as what he did. He cursed in his mind, but he had to keep a cool head now, as he had company. What's the plan now, Tobi? White Zetsu asked as they followed their leader through the base. I say, we should have still have taken the Kyuubi and Nibe. We had a chance, said Black Zetsu. And then what? There are only 2 of us to the rings to extract the Biju. With only 2 of them, it will take so long. They would be found by Konoha and Kumo before they could even finish. Pain is still busy playing his little war game, and even if he weren't and we were still on the same side, it will take several days for the extraction to be completed. With just the Nibi alone, not to mention how much more power the Kyuubi has. Right now we need to turn everything back into our favor by eliminating the most dangerous things the enemy has to their advantage, even if they might not know it yet. There was more to that damn weapon, there had to be more. Hoshirama and Tobirama were bastards, and what that thing was really made to do. It wasn't just alone to negate time-space ninjutsu. It wasn't created between the Senju and Uchiha clan wars. It was created decades afterwards. There was a real reason for it. That sword? Aren't you overreacting, asked White Zetsu. Didn't you see that thing, said Black Zetsu. How many seals were comprised in it? In the sheath, in the hilt, on the blade. It was made by Senjus and left in the most trusted hands of their comrades, their allies. Pain has neglected the Gedo statue due to the wartime concerns. With enough time, I've already created 4,000 clones. You will use them and raid Konoha from within. You can count on me, said Zetsu. What are you going to be doing? Getting some much needed information from a very reluctant source. Meanwhile, Kiba and Hinata and Shino had made their way inside despite Jiraiya's protests. People were inside, Konoha ninjas that needed help. With her Byakugan, they were able to find the prisoners. They were heavily injured and in shackles, chained together by 3 of them. And in some of the trios, 1 of them were dead, but they were still in a chain. They didn't seem like they were tortured, but they seemed very terrified. Kiba reached the bars, but he got shocked. Damn it, he said. How do we get these guys out? It's not a seal doing this. I think it's a generator. We need to find it, even if it will take some time, said Shino. But Kiba narrowed his eyes around. There was more than 50 people that were taken, but these were less. But he didn't smell any blood, like anyone was killed. Hinata couldn't see any other place than the place that held prisoners. What they were seeing right now was it. So what the hell happened to the others? Ah, more ninjas from Konoha. So you have come to be a part of my experiments. I don't know if my jutsu work on a dog though. A soothing, confident voice spoke. Kiba and Akamaru could smell it, snake. Just upon hearing his voice, many of the prisoners backed up against the wall. As it was Kabuto, under a dark red cloak. Who are you? Asked Hinata. As there were 2 snakes wrapped around his body under that cloak, and there were so many DNAs spliced in his body, she couldn't tell which was the real part. What was he born with? There was so much experiments done on him. What kind of person would do that to their own body, and why? Ah, I'm so upset that someone as beautiful as yourself don't remember me, Hyuga-san, even though we only met a couple times a few years ago. Although I guess that was the point, I never want to leave that impression until I was making my way out of your village after all. Shino narrowed his eyes when he saw the man glasses under the hood. Trademark glasses. As he thought about the bingo book, a recent name popped in his head. Kabuto. What? Kiba started to chuckle. The guy that spied in our village before the Zone invasion. What the hell? He's the boss? As Kabuto bowed. The word boss is such overwhelming. But welcome to my working laboratory. I see you found my supply of working test subjects. If you want to hop in there, that would be fine, but it's a bit complicated to get in there, as you can already see. You're the one controlling Sasuke Uchiha through the reanimation, aren't you? What are you doing? Is a hidden sound affiliation of the enemy's group? No, nothing of the sort, Kabuto said. The leader, against the other side, isn't someone I see eye to eye with. And all of his talks of being God is so tiresome. And the only reason why he has so many villages to fight with him is because of what he did to the Hidden Sand and of the legendary dojutsu, the Rinnegan. To keep them all in line, Tobe was much more interesting from what Kabuto saw. Oh, and you should know, if you kill me, the Edo Tensei will never be released, Kabuto said, to try and disarm them. As the white snake under his cloak shot towards Hinata to bite down on her, it dawned upon him that they must have a good teamwork together, but he never thought that it would be this good. A swarming block of bugs blocked his snake. He wasn't going to touch those bugs unless he had his chakra drained. He had to quickly substitute as Kiba and Akamaru decimated the area that he was at. As he went far into the distance of the room, you have 2 choices. You can either leave and die with Jiraiya by the hand of Sasuke, or you can venture farther inside and die by my hand directly. Either way is fine with me, he said, as he went deeper into the base. Not too far away, Jiraiya could see why the Edo Tensei was so dangerous. Sasuke was completely indestructible, as he was still locked in mortal combat against an immortal foe. You're Naruto Sensei, aren't you? Said Sasuke as he clashed with Jiraiya. His body seemed to be moved on its own. Yeah, I remember you back then, but you had 2 arms. Guilty as charged, said Jiraiya as he blocked the kick with his arm. And what can I say, you don't need 2 arms to be a badass. As Jiraiya jumped back to gain some distance, Sasuke shot right after him rather closely. Sasuke stayed right on him, not giving him any move to try and do anything. As Jiraiya need to find a way to seal this brat off. Things were becoming too difficult, he thought to himself. But guys, be in subscribe right here. If you want the next part, this or not to do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and share this with all your friends on your social media platform, guys. And also go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto was the greatest puppeteer, and enjoy that, guys, over on Anime King. And I also post a new episode on this channel of What If Naruto was taken and fused with Zetsu So go ahead and enjoy it as well. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, and you enjoy the videos on both animaking and making too, go ahead and click the red subscribe button and become part of the animaking family. Well, more for now. See you guys soon. Peace.